And don't worry, guys, it's going to be quick. But the first thing we need to talk about here, obviously, is Jim freaking Carrey, because Jim Carrey is calling out the Oscars.
He kind of did a Mad Charbo style rant.
He did. He really, really, really did.
Kind of said basically everything you said.
Did he call him a perpetuant child? Because that's usually a Mad Charbo.
I say It's petulant child.
Petulant. Sorry.
What
did I say?
Petulant.
Yeah, I know. I was just testing to make sure you knew the word.
I know the word. You apparently know the damn word. All right. So anyway, Jim Carrey slams spineless Oscars for Will Smith's standing ovation, saying, "I was sickened." Well, we're gonna watch his. This is his interview with Good Morning America, I think, or no, it's Today, I think, with Gayle King.
No, that's CBS.
And then what happened
CBS,
after?
right?
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
There was some question today about if anyone else had walked from the audience and done that, they would have been escorted out by security or maybe even arrested. The police asked Chris if he wanted to file charges. They asked Chris, do you want to file charges? And Chris apparently said no, he did not.
He doesn't want the hassle. I'd have announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous. That insult is going to last a very long time. If you want to yell from the audience and disapprove or show a disapproval or say something on Twitter or whatever, you do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
No, I agree. I think we all agree on that. I just thought, Jim, that it escalated to that. You know what I mean? That it escalated to that level.
It didn't escalate. Mm-hmm. It came out of nowhere because Will has something going on inside him that's frustrated, and I wish him the best. I really do. I don't have anything against Will Smith. He's done great things. But that was not a good moment. It cast a pall over everybody's shining moment last night. A lot of people worked really hard to get to that place and to have their moment in the sun and to get their award for the really hard work they did. And it is no mean feat to go through all the stuff you have to go through when you're nominated for an Oscar. It's a gauntlet of devotion that you have to do. And it was just a selfish moment that cast a pall over the whole thing.
God,
I agree with him.
Jim Carrey.
I agree with him 100% on this.
I can't deny it because it's Jim Carrey.
Wow,
no,
okay.
but
he was legitimately angry, by the way.
No, he was. And
real quick, why are people trying to cancel Jim Carrey over this interview? People are really upset.
People aren't trying to cancel Jim Carrey over this interview. It's because people are trying to cancel him over something he did a decade ago. Not a decade. Well, yeah.
Well, my point is that people are mad at him for this.
Well,
people are mad at everybody for everything.
Yeah. Well, Congo Boingo here says, didn't Jim Carrey give a lady an STI? I mean, that was something I read a while back.
Okay, but an STI is not that bad.
Okay, but I saw someone post this video of Jim Carrey when he walked up on stage and Alicia Silverstone gave him an award, and he kissed her, and then she walked off the stage shocked and disgusted.
Oh yeah, I did see a screenshot of that floating around and whatever, Yeah. And obviously, that is a very weird, thing to do. And again, and as we'll talk about, by the way, when we get to the stuff with Zack Snyder, there's another person, who has done something similar to that, and has been called out for it, who's part of the protected class of that group of people. So it's very interesting to see what they're going to be talking about or what things could be talking about. I don't quite know. But I look at it like this, man. Jim Carrey, I think, he said what we all are thinking. He put it in a way that is going to resonate with the American public, I think. And honestly, you know what? I was a little bit surprised when right before going live tonight, this is one of the reasons why I was late, is because, there's an article that dropped, the Academy promises appropriate action over the Will Smith incident, when it felt like they were just going to sweep it under the damn rug. That's what it really did feel like that. It took them this long to respond.
They might have had a lot of celebrities kind of like.
They've had a bunch.
They are meeting tomorrow night. Well, tonight, I would say. They're going to meet tonight about this whole thing. And the governors and the Academy Board are going to vote on what they will do with Will Smith. Whatever they do. I will say this is that do not expect him to show. You probably won't see him next year's Oscars, but you will probably see him at the Oscars after that.
I mean, yeah, I think. Well, personally, I've said this, and I know RJ disagrees, but I've said that, I think he should be banned for life. It doesn't matter. Again, just go back to my point. It doesn't matter if he disagreed with what he had to say. He went up there in front of the whole world and he slapped a man and faced zero consequences. That is not something that you can just shrug off.
No, I think that action needs to be taken against him. The only thing I disagree about is I don't know if I do it for life. That's
absolutely do it for life.
The only people banned from the Academy for life are Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein, and I think Roman Polanski. And that was because
Roman Polanski's banned because he can't come back to the country. He's been given honorary Oscars. Meryl Streep gave a speech defending him about a decade ago, right? A little over a decade ago. She gave her speech and she was like, we need to bring Roman Polanski home. And there was I think, again, the documentary is called The People versus Roman Polanski. It paints him in and I would say a better light, all things considered. In that situation, there's a lot that goes on in that situation. However, you know what though? No, again, Harvey Weinstein is currently locked up for crimes he's being charged for. We believed people when they said it about him, and they took appropriate action. Here we've seen it happen. We've seen physical assault happen, and in the actions. But give him a year off. There's not. You want to talk about consistency, RJ, and I know that's something you've been caring about. There's got to be consistency there. This is a bad thing that he did. And this is what the Academy has said in a letter obtained by Variety. They say that the leadership is upset and outraged and how it overshadowed the celebration. I mean, that's so fucking tone deaf in my mind anyway.
Jim Carrey said.
Yeah.
This is the Academy just said exactly what Jim Carrey said this morning.
Yeah. Well, the group intends to meet Wednesday night and they are expected to discuss the incident. And I look at that and I just think, you know what, fucking whatever, man. They're going to discuss it. Okay, fine. We'll see what they do. I don't quite know. However, we do get £5 super teddy from Benson. Thank you. Says, imagine if a white celebrity had slapped Chris Rock, had used his power to get away with it. Whoopi Goldberg is on that panel. They won't do anything. I don't want to bring race into it. I really don't. I don't like that.
I know people.
Gilbert Godfrey just showed support for Chris on Twitter.
Yeah. Also, I will say this I know people that are on the board and the governor's thing, and the people that I know are very mad about Will Smith.
Yeah, but they're not going to boot him. No, they're not going to do it. I mean, obviously, they're not going to do it.
No. I will. No, I can't say.
But say it privately because I still want to know, but I won't repeat it. But no, I think, look, I don't want to make it a race issue. I think that's it's not a race issue, but I don't want to be conflated by that. What I want is this to be actions of a man, and I don't want to just pull back like the MLK quote, judge me by the content of my character, not the color of my skin stuff. But I think that applies here. It's we've seen the content of his character in that moment. In that moment, he walked up and he slapped a man over a mild-ass joke that apparently, according to TMZ, Chris Rock did not know about the alopecia, according to TMZ. People have made claims that he knew about the alopecia because Jada has been open and public about it for a couple of years. That doesn't mean anything. We don't know.
Friends though?
They were friends back in the 90s, but we haven't seen much of them, in recent years. So we don't know how close they are. I mean, Hollywood is a small town, but when you hear celebrities go, oh yeah, you'll hear someone I'll just randomly say Ben Affleck, right? And he's like, oh, I've never met Harrison Ford. I'm sure they've met, but it's you'll hear something like that and you're like, how is that even possible? How is that even possible that these two main actors have never met each other before? So not everyone is up on what everyone else is doing. I look at it and I think, I kind of agree with H-Barts here. If Jada wasn't there, Will still would have been laughing. And that's the truth of it. Like, Jada gave him a look, and then he got up and he went over and he smacked him. And in the process of it, he sullied his career. He defiled the Oscars. And this whole thing about, like, the way people reacted is how I'm more upset about the way people reacted to it, And so it's like, no, Anthony here says, if you go back and you ban Smith, you should go back and ban everybody else. Again, people who have done horrible things and have been convicted of it, if you want to oust them from the Academy, I'm not going to have an issue with that. But this is not an alleged incident. This is not he said, she said. This is caught literally in 4K and it's streamed globally to the world. This is not a situation where it's like, well, we have to wait for the courts to decide, blah, blah, blah. This is legitimately right there. And if you do nothing, again, like I mentioned last night, and I want to stand by it again, there is something seriously wrong with the fabric of our society. If we're looking at this and we're going, meh, if we're trying to cancel people for speaking out against it, because that's what we also been seeing. Jim Carrey saying
that later. Yeah.
But it applies to Jim Carrey. People bringing up his past. No one has a perfect past. I'm not saying cancel people over shit, but I'm saying, like, we can look at the actions taken in front of everybody without any care of consequence. And what does that tell you about fame and wealth and privilege?
The same thing that we've known about for generations.
Now it's in our face. Now we have to deal with it.
But it's been in our face. That's the thing that's really annoying and frustrating about the story, is that literally there are celebrities out there. The fucking baby literally killed someone and beat women. But he says something that's offensive to the gay community, and that's what we care about. He
killed somebody?
Yeah, there was an incident, yeah.
Yeah, in a mall.
So it's like, this is the world we live in. That's why I'm like, I get what you're all saying, but it's like, celebrities have been getting away with, like, worse shit for so long. And it's like, I understand what Will Smith did was wrong as well, but let's just be honest. So, like, this is nothing new. Celebrities, people with money have power. They can buy their way out of anything because people are fucking greedy. They don't care. Money is more powerful than morals in this world, unfortunately. So many people would literally sell their fucking souls for just a taste of fame.
Yeah, well, what does that tell you then? What does that tell you about our society?
The world has been right. The world
we're all fucked. This kill us all then. Jess here says Will be banned for a few years and defined, probably. I don't know.
Pause that comment. Nobody really cares about the baby. People care about Will. So people don't care about a guy who murders people and beats women, but you're going to be mad that Will Smith smacked a dude, a weak ass smack that barely even friggin' hurt him. Like, I'm not saying it's right, but, like, don't sit there and say nobody cares about a friggin' murderer and a friggin' a woman abuser. See, I love it to Will Smith.
I love this right here, and I'm going to go hyperbolic for a hot second. All right, I've been hyperbolic anyway, but I'm going to go real hyperbolic just on a fucking point. It says here, it was a slap. It was just a slap, Anthony Cheeseman here says, right? Trying to downgrade what happened, right? Physical assault. It was just a slap. So, Anthony, let me ask you a question. If a woman is wearing a revealing outfit and gets sexually assaulted, was she asking for it? Because in your mind, oh, well, it's just, she was there, happened, no big deal, right? That's kind of the point. Is if you start drawing that line and you start, ignoring it, and then you just keep moving it. That's the whole issue here.
Well, I will say, to add to that, and Anthony, I love you. No, I'm not directing this directly at you, but it's like, I'm a female, right? And I could slap Jarbo in the face. Probably not going to hurt him, but, like, physically at least. But it's like, just because I hit him and it doesn't hurt doesn't mean, like, I should.
It's also about the intent behind the slap. You're trying to inflict.
No, it doesn't.
No, what I'm saying is that you're trying to inflict harm upon somebody. You're acting in a violent way to get them to be quiet.
But what I'm saying is, like, even though, yes, I'm with you on that one, like, it's just a slap, in my opinion. Like, if I got slapped, that's how I would take it. Like, that's my personal thing. If I'm getting slapped, I get to decide whether I'm going to be mad about it. But at the same time, a slap, whether it hurts or not, like, you're still attempting to hurt someone.
I think it's ridiculous to try to downplay it. It's just a slap. People have been punched in the face before and died from the punch. That has happened. You know, is it a rules for thee, not for me type situation? I mean, like, you know, look, I get it. People out there probably just look at it as being a no big deal or whatever, but it is a big deal. It's absolutely a big fucking deal. And we need to treat it like it's a big deal.
Like, if your whole thing is like, and again, I was in that same mindset. Like, yeah, I mean, for me personally, like if it's between two men for them to deal with, but since the whole world saw, we're all talking about it, right? But at the same time, it's like he did smack him, and it's like that's what we're doing now. Is like we're bad at words, right? And that deserves physical violence.
Yeah, well, people are justifying it, and that's the sickening part.
Yeah, I just think it's exactly what Jim Carrey said. You know, like I've been saying, I said this last night, and like that, you know, yeah, sure, you can sit there, call him out from the audience and stuff, but you don't go up there in front of hundreds of people on stage, on TV, in front of the world, and slap someone.
It's a line you don't cross.
It's a line you don't cross, and
yeah. Anyway, like, I mean, I look. There's a lot to get to. We are running low on time still. I know I'm heated, but I just want to keep it moving. A couple quick super chats here. H Bars for $2 says the slap should have been for charity. I mean, if that's how they wanted to play it, by all means, Chris should be able to get a slap back and have it raise money for charity. I'd be okay with that. You know, it could be to raise money for alopecia awareness for all I fucking care. I don't know. Benefit somebody. Waleed here says, please listen to the first 2 minutes of Flagrant 2. I don't know what that is. If I have time tonight, I'll get to it, but probably not because we're running low on time. But message me again like tomorrow or something, and we'll take a look at it. Rationally for $5, buddy, it says, thank you. It says that if U.S. presidents won't be held accountable for war crimes, celebrities won't be held accountable for their shit. There's a difference there. The U.S. presidents operate under a very specific, like, there's another designation for that. They're not considered civilians. They're literally holding a higher office. It's a whole different thing. But do I agree with you that U.S. presidents should be held accountable for war crimes? Yes. Yes, I do think, and I'll say this, as much as I like Obama and I voted for him twice and I'd vote for him a third time, I did not like the fact that through the drone strike program, when we were going after Iraq, killed 180,000 civilians. That never gets talked about, that 180,000 people in Iraq died as a result of us being there, you know, innocent people. Maybe not all of them, but I'd say the vast fucking majority, and that never gets brought up. I don't like innocent people to get hurt. That's the thing I don't like. So that's how I feel about that. And then H Bars here brings up a great point about Chris. Says here, Chris could have been knocked down and cracked his head on the floor. That could have happened. Didn't happen. Thank God. It was only a slap. Will pulled his punch literally, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
the physical act.
To be honest, I don't think Will was intending to punch or push Chris. I think in the moment he wanted to be like a smack on the hand type slap. You know, like don't do that type of smack. You know?
Yeah.
It was not going to be it was just a warning slap. Like the ones that your parents give you when you do something bad, like slap, go to your room type thing, you know. It's not like a beat you up type of thing. So
yeah, it's kind of weird. Also here, JC Gaming says, on a scale of 1 to Will Smith, how much does the Batman slap? All right, that's funny. That's a good segue out of this already hot topic, right?
10.
Yeah, I think Will Smith we could really up it to from Will Smith to Chris Brown. You know, if you really want to go full on terrible territory.
Oh yeah.
Chris Brown beat the shit out Rihanna, and he's got women on Twitter that would send him soaking wet panties if he asked for them. You know what I mean? Like, our society rewards people who are celebrities. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they do.
That's what I'm saying.